I'm here with Wesley. That's Wesley over there. And Wesley is a either Border Collie or Australian Shepherd or possibly a mix who likes to resource guard the Guardian from the other Guardian, as well as I'm guessing for other people. And so in this video, we're going to go over some tips that you can use if you have a dog that's resource guarding. Now, one of the things you don't absolutely that you never ever want to do is be aggressive with a dog that's resource guarding or try to forcibly take away the thing that they are guarding. Resource guarding, a dog can guard essentially a noun, a person, place, or a thing. I had one client whose dog guarded the air around the client. And so the worst thing that you could do is take the thing away, because the dog is saying, I'm worried you're going to take my resources, and that's why I'm growling and warning you to stay away, and then you took my resources. So you just validated everything that I was concerned about, which is going to amplify your problem. So we are completely force and punishment free here at Dog Gun Problems, and that's the approach we're going to use you here. Now, when you're doing this, it's important you can read your dog's body language. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be approaching Wesley, and the first time I'm going to approach watching him to look for a change in his dynamics. Some dogs will hold their breath or breathe fast. The ears might change. They might freeze. They might lick their lips. They might turn away from you. Every dog is going to manifest this a little bit differently. What we're doing in the first approach is we want to just get an identifier that the dog is saying, I don't feel comfortable. You're getting too close to me. At that point, I'm going to stop, quickly take note of the distance that I am to the dog, and then immediately move away. Then I'm going to use some high value reinforcers and approach again, but a little bit beyond, a little bit further away from where the dog first indicated you're getting too close. So it feels relaxed. I'm going to create a positive situation by tossing a treat, and then I'm going to walk away. This is a little bit cozy because of the L-shaped couch. So Claire is our expert camera person today, and so the camera might jostle around a little bit. So I'm going to have Claire take a one step. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to put the. Now that I think about it, I'm actually just going to have you step back because I'm going to be walking back and forth, and the camera angle is going to change. So if you want to just take one step back there, just put your butt against that table. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to have treats in my hand just to begin with, but I shouldn't use them at this point. So let's see how Wesley does. So that's more curious. You see his head tilting a little bit. So and he's coming to engage with me a little bit. So maybe he's not going to, maybe I'm guessing he could probably smell the treats that I already have. So, and you're a cute looking puppy. Yes. All right. So now a lot of times what they're going to do is they're going to be kind of hanging out. Dogs are normally what I call wiggly and jiggly, kind of like this. And then this is usually how it manifests. And they get stiff and still. Stiff and still is a warning for a dog. So as soon as your dog gets stiff and still, then you would stop. So let's say I'm gonna put you over there, buddy. There we go. And he's definitely got an Aussie tail. Sit. There we go. So let's say I was approaching and I got to this point, and this is about where the Guardian got when he started the other Guardian, I should say, when he was demonstrating it. And so if this is as close as I can get, I'm gonna go ahead and walk away. And I would approach, and so I'm going to stop one step further away, toss him a treat. Well, that's not a good toss, is it? And then I'm turning and walking away. And I want to give him a chance to kind of reset. Let's put you back over there, Wesley. You want to tap it?
Wesley, find it.
There you go.
Yes.
All right, and so the idea for this is ideally we want to approach from all sorts of different angles. Now, the way this room is laid out, there's really only one entrance here, so that's fine. But you could approach it here, here, here on the back. And if the dog does this in other locations, you can do that same sort of thing. So again, I approach, toss him a treat, then I walk away. So he doesn't have any reason to guard anything because I'm not getting close enough to even elicit his warning. So after I practice 4 or 5 times, and every dog's number is going to be a little bit unique, or is different, then I walk away. And when your dog seems pretty relaxed with you at that distance, then you can move one step closer. And then repeat the process. And you keep on repeating this process until you get to the point where you're really close to the dog. Now, I would not advise hand feeding a dog treats for this because you might not be able to read it properly and the dog might actually nip you. If it's baring its teeth, it's not being aggressive, it's saying, you're not listening to me. I said 5 times already, or however many times, not to come any closer, and you keep on coming closer. If somebody's coming closer to me and I don't agree or don't want them to be closer to me, I'm going to verbally say, hey, can you give me some space, please? If they continue to say, hey, man, I don't know if you heard me, but I need some space. And I'm going to keep on raising my level of retort until I get my point across. With dogs, that will end up with a bite if you don't listen. If they are air biting, that's considered a level 1 bite. That is a warning. It's a pretty strong warning. A lot of people think the dog's missing me. No, the dog's trying not to bite you and trying to send you a strong message to not get closer. So this might take a process of several days or several practice sessions. That's normal. It's not a race to fix it as fast as we can. The goal is to make the dog feel completely relaxed so it doesn't have a need to resource guard at all. And then you come back and the dog is kind of looking forward and is approaching you kind of like what he did at the beginning of this video. That's kind of what we're looking for. But if you saw when he approached me, he was relaxed, he wasn't tense. If your dog approaches you and it's a darty, fast, that's a big warning that you misread the signs. Now, if your dog has bitten, you might want to, you can try this technique, but if you do have a dog that is biting people, you might want to enlist the help of a professional because it can be a dangerous sort of situation. Well, this is Wesley. And these are some tips that you can use if you have a dog that likes to resource guard a person.